Well, it's October 19th, and today's my birthday. I am now officially 44 years old. And I just got back from Outback Steakhouse. I loaded up. Mom got me a nice Halloween cake, and it even says Happy Birthday Scott on it. And I got some good birthday presents. I know what you did last summer. Valentine. And careful. And one of those is it one of those MasterCards Mom got me. Oh goodness gracious, this was a pretty good birthday. Before I legally turned 44, I finally beat an NES game called Deadly Towers that I remember written back in the old days. Never beat it then, never knew where to go, but thanks to the internet I was. But I'm going to be talking about something that I got 30 years ago, which just turned 30 on October 4th, and that is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Yep, it's now officially 30 for its US release date. I got this for my birthday 30 years ago, and which was a Thursday, because I checked the calendar for 1995. I hate it when I do that. And, I was blown away by that game. I remember when I first saw the ads for it and all that stuff, the previews and all that stuff. I was lighting up. I'm like, oh man, another Mario. Oh, you get to play as Yoshi in this one. I'm aware about the Yoshi cookies, and that doesn't count. Or Yoshi. I'm talking about where you play it in a 2D side-scrolling kind of way. And then it was coming out. I was lighting up. I saw that commercial. When is too much, too much? Man, you could have done that with me today. I didn't go overboard like that guy. But, while that commercial gets negative feedback, especially from the buttheads at Watch Mojo, I love it. Yes, it's gross, and it's definitely not for strong stomachs. I'll admit there's a lot of stuff like that I'm not a fan of, but this one is one of the exceptions. I think it's a good commercial. It's on my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo commercials. But whenever I got that game, I tore it open, thanked Mom, thanked Dad, headed to my room to play it. Watch the opening cutscene, watch the opening cinema. I was ready to play this game. Okay, you start off with that good old-fashioned tutorial level that lets you know what to do, and then you start that game, and you still get some tutoring stuff. You gotta hit these clouds with this question mark with wings to make staircases come. Vines grow, a little this, a little that. You get watermelons, you can spit seeds. They always remind me of when Garfield disguised himself as a watermelon to steal John's food, and John told him he wasn't falling for it, then Garfield started spitting the seeds in his face, going You also get a watermelon that can make you can have ice breath, and a watermelon where you can get fire breath. You can turn into like a mole with claws to dig through some areas. You can turn into a helicopter to go flying around. You can turn into a choo-choo and go on the railroad. You can even go choo-chooing backwards. Oh man, the animation design, how it looks like baby drawing, especially the background art, I thought was a great idea. I thought it was so cool. And also, this actually marked the return of the Shy Guys, who were introduced in Super Mario Bros. 2, which was another game in Japan, just repackaged as 2 for here, because they thought the other one was too hard, and after what I've been hearing about it, I think that was the right decision. And, oh man, oh goodness gracious. I got addicted right away when I played that game. You can eat enemies, you poop them out as eggs, and then you throw the eggs at enemies. This always left people questioning, why does Yoshi do that? Is the enemy trapped in there? Well, let me explain. Have you ever seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? When they shoot that cotton candy gun on people and cocoon them, they start dissolving into a gelatinous sugar-glazed gel, which is what the clowns like to eat. So whenever Yoshi swallows an enemy and poops him out, he encases him in that egg, and then the creature inside starts melting into a gelatinous egg yolk that the Yoshis like to eat. But, of course, there's so many enemies to choose from, this is why they got no problem wasting their food. I'm just kidding, that's not what the story, I'm just goofing around. Okay. The Shy Guys are all over the place. They're big, small, disguising, the stilts, on fire, dancing with those grass skirts with the spears. They're awesome in this. They're actually on my top 10 favorite regular enemies, but it's only the Shy Guys from this game. Oh, goodness. You gotta go through 6 worlds, which each one divided up into 8 areas. First you do 3, then you do the mini-boss castle, then you do 3 more, then you do the boss castle. The first mini-boss is what introduced Bert the Bashful, who takes 6 hits, I believe. All he does is jump and try and get you. Every time you hit him, his pants fall down. And when he's all naked, he gets so bashful, he then pops and starts zooming going all over the place. The slime boss, a pretty good animation at first, where it just drops down, and then you just hit it, which causes pieces of the break off to become smaller slimes that you can eat. It just simply tries to either let those things get baby Mario off you, those little slimes, or it just pushes you to the side, where there's that one gap where there's the lava, because the lava kills you in 1 hit. Rule 2, you do the big boo, where you gotta face away, and then reflect it off the wall. And but the bats show up, the fangs, so you can eat them to get more eggs. And every time you hit it, it gets bigger. I think 5 or 6 hits is its limit. And then the next boss, that I think it's called Roger, the ghost plant. He basically will try and push you off one side and spit out blue fireballs. And every time you push him to try and get him off the side, there's these 2 Shy Guys that will push back. And he'll also push you away from them to get them a chance to slide forward. And, but once you get those 2 dropped off, you didn't have to push him, and he goes, boom, boom. Okay, that was what I think of how far I got on day 1, but that Thursday. I actually cleared out the second world by day 1. Day 2 was a Friday. I got to the next one was whenever you get shrunken to the small size and let so like a frog can eat you. You're in its stomach, acid's dripping, it's swallowing Shy Guys, and you see the uvula, but I don't know why it's in the stomach. I don't even know if I said uvula right. Uvula, that ball thing that hangs in there. Sorry about that. Okay, when I first played this, I don't know why, but at this point, I flat out forgot that you can make eggs with the Shy Guys. So every time I ate one, I would spit it out and try and hit it. It made the boss fight last longer, but it also let me know that I was ignoring common sense, because I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't until the second time I tried it, I goes, oh yeah, I can just make eggs out of those Shy Guys. But it was, but it takes 8 hits to beat this boss, and going by that, what I've read, this boss actually has the highest energy in the game. And this is the 3rd mini-boss. We then move to the Piranha Plant level. Was it Navel, the Piranha Plant? Now, when I first did this, okay, you're supposed to hit it off, throw an egg on one side, and it does that cool thing where it goes and hits his navel. I always thought it was his Adam's apple from the throat, the way it was sticking out. But I never paid attention to the tile until sometime later. He spits out these seeds that come raining down that will turn into small enemies, and he will try and ram into you every time you hit him. But the first time that I tried this boss, I flat out forgot about the wall thingy. So I just kept trying to position myself right ahead of him and time it just right and hitting him, and it caused this boss fight to drag on forever. And his energy is only 3, which made me frown, because I was like, wait a minute, the mini boss was 8. Bert took 6. Big Boo took more than that. But his energy was 3. But whatever, the next day, whenever I told my friend at school that, he said, why don't you just do the wall bounce? And I just paused, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that too. So in World 3, I forgot about the 2 common sense ways to beat the bosses. Of course, years go by, and I found out that the 3rd boss is the only boss in the game that you can actually defeat right at the beginning. If you hit him with an egg at perfect timing, you can actually skip the entire boss fight. The Magic Koopa, Kemet, I hope I said his name right. I probably said it horribly wrong. He'll just show up, complain, and fly off. So that this is the only boss that you can actually skip. The 4th world, the mini-boss is this, what is it, it's this ball with these legs. Its name is spelled M-I-L-D-E, Mildy or whatever. He's big, you You do the spin where you slam down on top of him, split him in half, do it another time, he splits, and then he splits into 4, or at least I think that's how many times it goes. But once it splits into 4 small ones, all you gotta do is eat them or hit them or do whatever you want. But the weird thing is, when you eat the last one, as soon as you digest him, when Yoshi's getting ready to lay that egg, boom, boom, it looks like Yoshi cut one big one. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. World 5, probably to me, is the second best, because it's the snow-themed level. It's got that ski. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they're called. But you sit on them, they take you up to the mountain and everything. Someone please could let me know what they're called. I'm probably going to find out later on the internet. But you get that has a level with one of those, and it's got all the snow enemies and all that stuff. It's my second favorite world, because I like the final world the best. And the mini boss is this giant slug. You gotta hit the slime to get to the heart. I think you only have to hit him like 5 times, but all he does is just keep sliding forward. He just tries to push you off the side of the arena. So that's really his only attack. And then we get to... Wait, did I skip World 4? Oh my god, I did. I skipped the fourth boss. The oversized Koopa Troopa. Hookbill, I think is what his name is. Okay. I actually was expecting this. I was like, okay, where's the giant Koopa Troopa? And then we go in World 4, and I'm like, there he is! Okay. This one was kind of a disappointment. You jump on him to get more eggs, which makes no sense why he's got them in him. And then you hit him 4 times again to flip over on his shell. Then you ground pound on his belly. And you just gotta do that 3 times. And I'm like, okay, another 3-hit boss fight. Previous bosses, especially mini bosses, took more than that. And then when you get to the 5th boss, Raphael the Raven, this is my favorite part in the game. The sequence where you go to the boss arena. I love it. Raphael grows big. He's this giant raven with the, like a egg-like body with 2 legs and a bill and eyes. They just simply walk around the floors, walls, ceilings, go around in circles on some stuff. And when he hits you, you go bouncing off the walls, and then it shows this cool sequence of this, what appears to be a baseball moon with stitches and 2 things that poke out. You won't fly in the air. Dude. And then it zooms down. It shows Raphael standing on top of his tower. He looks like he got really bigger, but when he comes down, he seems to have gotten a little bit smaller. He goes on the bottom, and that's when the boss fight starts. The arena starts circling around as you walk across the moon. And those 2 things that stick out, you gotta jump on them with the ground pound to get them to stick out on the other side to hit him. He'll either try and run into you, or he'll do a ground pound and send these like, I'm guessing, electrical shockwaves around. If you stand on those 2 things that you have to ground pound, they can't touch you. Hit him 3 times, he's defeated. Once again, another 3-hit boss fight. Many bosses before that took more hits. The 6th world is my favorite. I love all how the tribal Shy Guys, how they dance and all that stuff, especially when there's that one that's on fire running for his life. Like, help me! Man, you eat him and then you can breathe out the fire. The still ones are pretty good too. But the mini boss is that Tap, the red nose. He's the only boss that is invincible, but you have to destroy the floor to get him to fall down into the lava, because that's death for you, so it makes sense to be death for him. And he's the only boss that actually appears on another level, or at least I think he does. And that's the final level, where he's nothing more than a hazard who's just following you. The door when you see that door that takes to him, you hear you hit that little hint box, and he goes, right! But every time he's following you, he doesn't move that fast. And if you hit him when he goes over a cliff, he'll fall down, but he'll just respawn and come back. So I kind of wish you'd have killed him a 2nd time, but you can't. And then you take on the final boss, Baby Bowser. Basically, but before him, Kemet, I'm hoping I said his name right, does try and get you with his magical spells. You can actually hit or get near him, he'll just vanish away. he'll charge up that one and shoot it. If it hits blocks, I think you can turn into stars that give you every time you get hit, Mario comes off, starts crying, a timer sets. It's at 10 when you start, and it will always go back to 10, but you can actually add 20 more star points. The stars refill that, so, and of course, whenever you get a halfway point, the checkpoint, it will give some more, it will refill that as well. And, it's really annoying because when the timer runs out, Kemet's toadies, these smaller, like, Koopa Troopas wearing red cloaks with propellers on their heads show up. They always steal him, and there's a cutscene of them getting ready to fly off, and one does that neener, and then they fly off. That's how you lose a life whenever you lose Baby Mario. Other than that, hazards can kill you, like the pits. Whenever you jump and hold the button, Yoshi will go like this, and he'll come up a little bit, and you can actually repeat that. And every time I usually would fall off a cliff, I would just delay the death as long as I could by just having Yoshi constantly doing this, constantly doing this, constantly doing this. Okay. And Yoshi, the green Yoshi that you start off with is the one that takes on Baby Bowser, which would make sense because that's the main Yoshi. Whenever he ground pounds Kemet, Yoshi, Baby Bowser does, he kicks him off screen and he's now flattened as a pancake. And then that's kind of when, oh god. That's kind of when he sees Yoshi, and he thinks he's a donkey, and he demands mine. Now, when I first played this, I was like, how do you hit him? Every time he knocked Baby Mario on, he got on me and smiled, but I was like, okay, maybe you gotta wait, let him be on you till time runs out. Time ran out, and then I lost a life. But whenever I accidentally ground pound, I did this by accident. The floor did exactly what happens whenever he does it. It actually does that wave-like thing where it rises up and keeps going across. You have to hit him with that 3 times. Then Kemet shows up, and he makes him humongous. We get probably one of the best Mario final fights of all time. When Yoshi has to take on Big Baby Bowser, you see the wreckage of the castle, you hear that epic music starting, and then you see Baby Bowser rising as a giant in the background. He'll roar out, sending rocks up, and then sending them down to get rid of some of the platform you're on. You have to get eggs to throw in the background at him. When they hit him, he actually will start scooting back. He'll run towards the screen. If he gets too close, this only happened to me once, but if he gets way too close, he'll destroy the whole arena with you on it. He also targets you as well and sends out fireballs. And every time you hit him, first you have to hit him 3 times, he'll rise up more rocks and get the platform you're on even smaller. Hit him 4 more times, which is 7 altogether, you win the game. After that, Kemet shows up, rides off of Baby Bowser. You rescue little baby Luigi and the stork. The stork takes them home. Or at least the wrong house, because Yoshi's New Island revealed that the stork did go to the wrong house. No. Wait, isn't this so? No, that's over there. Okay. Now, when it comes to the 100% completion with this game, you have to get, 30 stars, which means when the timer for Mario being off, you has to be at 30. There are 20 red coins, and there's 5 sunflowers. You have to get all those in every single stage. When you do that, you unlock a 9th level in a bonus round. Once you once you get 100% all those, every time you get 100% in every world, you just get to see a star, I believe on the title screen, to letting you know how many worlds you maxed out. Once you get all 6 stars, you just get the satisfaction that you got all 6 stars. I still have not maxed this game, and I think I've only gotten 2 worlds maxed out, because when I found what the reward was 100% completion, I literally frowned in disgust. And I'm like, well, I'll do it eventually, but I'm certainly taking my time. But other than that, the game is magnificent. It is definitely a great game. And, well, day 1 was the first 2 worlds. Day 2 was the third world. The third world was day 2. Day 3 was world 4 and 5. Day 3 was world 4 and 5. Day 4 was when I beat it. it was, I think, a little bit after noon when I beat that game. I was in my room. I woke up, turned that sucker back on, played it, beat it. My older brother came in, and he kind of looked at me with a disappointed face, and he went right to my mom and right to our mom and dad. I don't know why I said that. And he goes, "Mom, you bought him that game 4 days ago, and he's already beaten it." I was like, eh. And, oh, goodness. It still is on my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo games. It's great, it's awesome, it's got great graphics, great gameplay, great control. I will admit that I'm not a big fan of the Poochie level from World 1, which is the 9th level, mainly because I do not like the character Poochie. Well, at least I don't like the fact that when you're on him, you have to point the direction you want him to go, but he'll keep going, and since this is one of those levels where the screen is constantly moving too, you can easily slide right off into lava, which somehow he is immune to, but you're not. I don't know the answer to that, but it's just stupid to me. But I wish they would have gone by the rule that when you're on Poochie, you can move Poochie with the controller. That would have been really better. And for the other parts, I wish Poochie would have definitely always been directly behind you, because whenever he is out of sight and I jump down and have to rely on that thing to keep him falling, sometimes he's not right where I want him to be, and it's too late. Sometimes he's too far away for me to get to him and everything, and well, this is why I'm not a fan of Poochie, or at least Poochie ain't stupid. That is the worst world in the level in the game to me, and it's the bonus level. Now, if I would have made the game, in order for it to have a good reason to have 100% completion, I would have taken the 6 extra levels that you unlock after you get every 100% on every level, and I would have just used it for a 7th world. I would have just gone by the rule that when you fight Baby Bowser in round 1, that's it. If you fail to get the game 100% beaten, and then Kamek retreats to the 7th world with Baby Bowser, where Yoshi and the Stork really are at, and he lets you know that you can't get there unless you max out every level, so that means you have to replay all the levels you didn't beat, and in order to get it maxed out, then you're allowed to access the 7th world, and then it would just be all the 6 of those levels plus boss gauntlets. And like the mini castle, I probably just gone by the rule you take on all 6 mini bosses in a row, and in the final castle you just take on all the bosses in a row, and there's a rematch against Baby Bowser. But when you defeat Baby Bowser for round 1, that access the big Baby Bowser boss fight, and then you see the games anyone should beat it. And that's how I would have done it, so that way there would be a reason why you have to get 100% completion, so that way you can finish the game. And when it comes to those 6 levels, I would have forgotten about the 100% completion, just gone by the rule that when it comes to that thing with the sunflowers on them, they're already there, so you don't have to worry about collecting anything. Just beating the level automatically means 100%. That's how I would have done it. But still, an awesome game. Magnificent, great graphics. I still will admit I am really not happy that a number of the bosses only take 3 hits, because I am going to say it right here and now, I am really sick to death of that 3-hit boss fight rule. I don't mind a first boss doing that, but I always felt that higher bosses should have a lot more of energy, because Prince Froggy, I think, has the highest number of hits that you have to get him with, which is 8. Some people will say it's Baby Bowser because you combine round 1 and round 2, it equals 10, which you can, yeah, I can understand, but since they're separate, I actually will say, nah, I think Prince Froggy still has that title. But then again, I probably will be told, no, you're wrong, which I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people are going to say. But if you have not played Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, I definitely recommend it. Play it. You're gonna love it. It so far is the best Yoshi Island game. I haven't played Yoshi's Island DS, but I played Yoshi's New Island, Woolly World, and Crafted World. I did like them, but they just weren't as good as the first one. So, thanks for watching. And, well, I'm 44 now, so if you want to say happy birthday in the comments, feel free to. If you don't, and if you didn't like the video, don't worry about it. Well, now I start my 44th year of life.